Going over kind of the same stuff we did yesterday, but with the book assignment. I thought the book assignment was a little bit harder. It's pretty close to what we did on the worksheet. There is a proof in the book that we're going to go through. It is pretty similar. Okay, let's see if you guys recall. We kind of already talked about the bell work. 1 and 5 are corresponding angles, 3 and 6 are alternate interior, 4 and 6 are same side interior. This book calls same side interior consecutive interior, which I don't really I prefer the other one, the worksheet version. So I might be calling them that. All right, what was the line that crossed the other two lines called? You guys remember?
Transversal.
Transversal.
Yeah.
Okay. And we learned all kinds of things like, what do we know about corresponding angles? Like 1 and 2 are what? Congruent. Okay, you can kind of tell just by looking at the picture that they're the same, right? But 1 and 3 do not look the same. If they're like 1 is an obtuse angle, 3 is an acute angle. If they're not the same, what do we know about them?
They're
Supplementary. They add up to 180 together. Well, 1 is the same as 2, and 2 and 3, what are 2 and 3 called? Linear pairs. So if 1's the same as 2, and 2 and 3 add up to 180, then 1 and 3 add up to 180. So that, anyway. Okay. So on number 1, page 111, number 1, determine whether each statement is true or false. It says line AC is, you guys see line AC over there?
Yes.
It says true or false or cannot be determined. Some things you can't tell just by looking at the picture. Is AC, line AC, a transversal of lines EB and CD? Does it cross over those two lines? Yes. So 1 is true. Okay. Number 3. Is line AB a transversal of, you guys see line AB over there on the left? Is it a transversal of lines AC and CB? Does it cross over those two lines?
Yes.
Yes. It doesn't matter that AC and CB are not parallel. That's not important for the transversal. Okay, we should probably talk about number 2 because it's, it says BC transversal for AC and CD. Well, you see how BC goes through those two lines at point C? It has to cross the two lines at 2 different points, not the same point, so number 2 is actually false.
This is unfair. They're hacking.
The only way it could not be a transversal basically is if it crosses at one point, the two lines at one point, or if it's parallel to the other, to one of the lines. Anyways, number 5. I mentioned this a couple times. What does that symbol on number 5 mean? Perpendicular. And what does perpendicular mean?
It makes right angle angles.
Does it make a 90-degree angle? So do lines AC and CD make a 90-degree angle?
Yes.
Cannot be determined. Can't tell just by looking. It could be 89 degrees. The picture could just be...
Dang it, they're hacking.
Picture could be poorly drawn. You don't know. All right. Number 7. What did the E/C/D or dash? Huh? Is it right? She said between. Is C between E and D?
No.
No. That means, is it on the line between E and D? No, it's not. So 7 is false.
Dang it, I mixed up the order of 6 and 7. Sure.
All right. Number 9, it says N is parallel to N. So all those tricks we talked about, like corresponding angles are congruent, only works if the lines are parallel. Do you guys see the red arrows in that picture in the second section?
Yep.
The red arrows are saying the lines are parallel. Also, the directions tell us those two lines are parallel. So we do know stuff about those. If we didn't know the lines are parallel, then we wouldn't know corresponding angles are congruent. We would still know linear pairs are supplementary. We would still know vertical angles are congruent, but we wouldn't know the top group is the same as the bottom group. Number 9, if angle 4 is 40, find angle 5. So what are 4 and 5 together? What are they called?
Alternate interior.
Alternate interior.
They're the same.
And they are the same. So angle 5 is 40 degrees.
Let's go.
Okay, number 11 says angle 8 and angle 1. Okay, I didn't mention this today. What do you guys remember what we called that yesterday? Angle 8 and angle 1? Alternate exterior, yeah. I didn't mention that one as
So
much.
they're also the same.
Yeah, see how they look identical? They are identical. 8's the same as 4, 4's the same as 1, so they're all the same. So 46 degrees. Number 13 is angle 3 and angle 5. What are those two angles called? Same side interior or consecutive interior. And what do we know about those two angles?
They're supplementary.
Supplementary. Look, you see how different they look? Angle 3 is a large obtuse angle. Angle 5 is a small acute angle. Yeah, they're not the same, but they do add up to 180. So how do we find the missing angle?
45.
180 minus 135 is 45, yes. Number 15, angle 8 equals 6x plus 12 degrees. Find angle 4. What kind of angles are angles 8 and angles 4? They are corresponding, right? So they are congruent. So what should I say about angle 4? I mean, what should we put for the answer then? 6x plus 12. They are the same. On 17, it says angle 5 and angle 3. Are those two the same angles? No. They are what?
The opposite.
They're supplementary. We just did that on number 13, right? 3 and 5 should add up to 180. So on 13, how did we find missing angle 5? We did 180 minus the angle, right? So on number 17, it's 180 minus 3x plus 9. How can I simplify that? Yeah, it's kind of like distributive. You gotta subtract both of those. So it's like 180 minus 3x minus 9. And what would that equal?
171.
Right. Those two make 171 minus 3x. Okay, 19 looks like it's a little bit of algebra down here. So, 18 is multiple choice. So that's what's going on down there. 19 says angle 5 and angle 7. What do I know about angle 5 and angle 7? They're corresponding, they're matching angles. So what equation would I set up if they're the same? They're equal to each other. 3x plus 9 equals 4x minus 3. Shannon, what do I do now? Minus 3x. You got x's on both sides, we need to get rid of them on one side. So I get 9 equals x minus 3. X was just the first question. B says find the measurement of angle 5. How could I find the measurement of angle 5? All right, plug in 12. So 3 times 12 plus 9, 45 degrees. Okay, and then C says measure of angle 8. Angle 8's not in the original question. You have to look over at the picture. How is angle 5 and angle 8 related?
They're like supplementary.
Supplementary.
135.
Yeah, you see how they're not the same? 5 looks small, 8 looks big. 5 is the same as 7, and 7 and 8 are supplementary, so 5 and 8 are supplementary. So we have to do 180 minus, our answer to be 180 minus 45 is 135. Flipping away.
I think I broke my tongs. No. Oh, never mind, fix them.
Okay, 21. Actually, let's look at 20 for a second. 20 says angle 2 and angle 3. What do we know about those two angles?
Supplementary.
Right, which means what?
Equals 180.
They add up to 180. That's the definition of supplementary. So, 20 is different than 19. You have to do that plus that equals 180, not equal to each other. 21, however, says angle 4 and angle 5. What do I know about those two angles? Yeah, they're alternate exterior, they're congruent. See how they look identical? So 21 is a lot like 19. The two things are equal to each other. So it's 5 times 4 plus x equals 2 times 6x minus 11.
Can you distribute on both sides and then subtract?
Yeah, distribute on both sides, yes. 20 plus 5x equals 12x. 22.
Minus 12. No, 5x.
Yeah, you can go either way, it'll work the same both ways. Minus 5x. Okay, so what's it say? Find the measurement of angle 4. How can I figure out angle 4? Plug in 6, right? We just got x equals 6. So what's 6 plus 4 times 5? 50. And then C says find the measurement of angle 1. So in the picture, angle 4 and angle 1, how are they related to each other? Supplementary. So if angle 4 is 50, angle 1 is 180 minus 50, 130. Okay, so on 22, should I just leave it to you guys?
Yeah.
You don't want to?
No.
Oh, sorry. I thought that 22 was like the one above it. I got scared.
Like what? 21?
Yeah, I thought it was 21's problem. I'm like.
Okay. So 22 starts out a little bit weird because they don't tell you what the given is. Sometimes the only given you have is the picture. And what do we know from looking at the picture?
1 and 3 are equal.
No.
Oh, the lines are parallel.
The lines are parallel. You guys know how we knew that?
Because the arrow.
The arrows, yeah. So what we're going to put for line 1, the given line, is A is parallel to B. You guys remember the parallel symbol? And the book put with transversal T, which we could probably have skipped that part, but and that reason is given. Yeah. Hope hasn't gone yet, though.
Uh-oh.
You have to wait for Hope.
Gotcha. No.
You're breaking the order of the universe.
Gotcha.
First is Hope, then Shannon.
Dude, keep it. Go away.
You're creepy.
No way. Hey, what?
You're the one staring at her.
I know because she's creepy.
What did I do?
Nah.
Okay.
This room must be really cool.
Yes, because I do lots of math. Number 2 says angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. How did they know that was true?
Because they're what's it called? Corresponding.
Because they're corresponding angles, and corresponding angles are congruent. So what the book put was corresponding angles postulate. I don't really care that you remember that it's a postulate, so, and you don't have to write the whole proof. We can just put corresponding angles is fine.
Let's go. As my grandma would say. Let's go.
The full postulate is corresponding angles are congruent if the lines are parallel.
Oh, I think I know what the next one is. Maybe.
So yeah, the next one is a line that I would probably skip in a proof, but the book does not skip it. If, hold on Grant, you just did the last one. If angle 1 is congruent to angle 3, that's what line 2 said. What do we know by definition of congruent angles? I'm not going to call you, just did the last one. Caden, sorry.
Their measurements are the same.
Their measurements are the same, exactly. If the angles are congruent, then that means their measurements had to be the same. Measurement of 1 and 3 are equal.
Mr. Jordan favors forest. Okay.
You just did the last one. I'm not going to have you do the whole proof.
Okay. It's fun to do math.
Well, you're the scary one. That's right. You're the weird one now.
No, you do lots of math.
Because we have to stare at
No,
it.
you do lots of math too. I know, I finished it.
Grant, remember your shirt.
Doobie dee.
Grant, remember what you
Okay,
whenever you changed the A for E.
so somebody besides Grant and Caden, it says angles 1 and angle 2 are supplementary. Which are
No, that's the next one. Oh. The next one.
You
doesn't-
can't use definition of supplementary until you know that they are supplementary. How do we know there's, nah, Grant, I'm not gonna call you. How do we know that they're supplementary?
They are
Look at the
lit.
picture. Oh, I hope you about said it, actually.
Who are your parents?
You can't,
I was gonna say that too.
I hate it here.
okay, Because in the picture they're linear paired. So we're just gonna put
Willow?
linear pairs are supplementary. That's actually a theorem, but you don't have to say it's a theorem.
Let's go, as my grandma would say. Let's go. Come me up, now
Chris
I'm
says anything.
And
to
Willow.
tell Grandma what's it.
It always okay, Grandma, so down with the kid boat.
I knew you were about to do it. No, do it.
Okay. I'm gonna give credit of that one to Hope.
Yay! No! Unfair!
So now Kate and Grant and Hope are eliminated.
No!
I don't want to be eliminated!
Okay, so what we said on line 4 is the two angles are supplementary. It's your fault, you were looking.
Why are you looking? I
No,
was
when
looking
you're
at my
standing up, I was wondering what you were. You know what? I don't know.
Strange
If Grant
person.
stands up, you never look.
Wait, what?
Probably best just generally.
It's like, is he raising his hand that high?
Okay.
You really want to get-
That's not my hand, that's.
Shh. Alright. If angles 1 and 2 are supplementary, then what do we know about them? For line 5, definition of supplementary means what? Shh. Oh. How should we say it, Forrest?
Measure angle 1, angle 2. Or measure angle 1 plus angle 2 equals.
There you go.
Did you mean my name was?
Angle 1 plus angle 2, measure the angles equals 180.
Thank you, Justin. As my grandma would say. I learned.
Okay, now Forrest is eliminated.
Yeah.
Haha, you're dead now.
We're running out of students. Okay, numbers, or line 6. So on line 1, we just said 1 plus 2 is 180. On line 6, they said angle 3 plus angle 2 is 180. So you don't have to write that down, but how did they get from here to here? No, chain down. No, not you.
Remember what it is?
Transitive?
Kind of.
You thought, right?
Okay,
Think I know what's happening?
You should.
okay.
Or are you doing-
Guys, look right here.
There.
On line 3, look, remember what we put? 1 is equal to 3. Okay, yeah. Here's the thing. Transitive and substitution are kind of the same thing. Anybody ever notice that?
Yeah.
If A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. It is replacing. So I would probably call it substitution would be probably a better descriptor. So on line 6, they use substitution.
Eli? I believe that you can fly.
I'm gonna give
Do I get eliminated?
both of you credit. I would not count it wrong if you put transitive on that one. Also on the test, the last line was supposed to be transitives, and a few people put, like a couple people put substitution. I went ahead and allowed that too.
Yo, Grant, what's that over there?
I have to share my credit.
I take full credit.
Yeah, Eli gets the high school credit.
Okay, what do
Because he
we
has red hair.
always, Grant, what do we always put on the very last line?
Oh.
No. I was
The
talking about the one
proof
on the
at the
test.
top. The thing at the top.
What you're trying to prove, what are we trying to prove?
2 and 3 are supplementary.
Wait, but you already picked what Grant. Grant got double eliminated.
Oh,
Okay.
But
Whoa.
why did no one else answer then?
We're eliminated.
Oh.
Hey, okay. Whoa. Grant stood up, watch my.
Probably need to empty the,
Oh, that's a charger.
It's
no, over the trash can.
It's heavy.
That's why.
Okay, what's the reason that we know 2 and 3 are supplementary.
You are eliminated.
Okay,
Stop.
okay, shh, listen, listen.
It wasn't the right answer.
Line 6, you kinda gotta look at the lines beforehand to see like where, how the argument got here. Line 6 said that 3 and 2 add up to 180. So why do we know on line 7 that they are supplementary, 3 and 2 are supplementary? Because they add up to 180, or in other words, that's what supplementary means, but what
Is that,
definition of supplementary?
With the guys.
That's on the same line as the other thing I wrote.
No! It's Jordan, you're dead!
What?
Yeah, he's
He's not.
eliminated.
Doesn't mean he's dead.
I didn't answer the question.
You kinda did.
You did.
Yeah, I did the question.
You did, and I just agreed with it.
Oh,
Oh,
you're both going.
No! No!
I feel so eliminated.
Alright, try these.